it's not compared to last year or other shows.
Okay, so two main things that we actually show here is one of them is the mobile advertising and the progress that we did on mobile advertising. We just announced a few days ago the first major win that we did on the mobile advertising domain with Singtel in Singapore for a comprehensive multi-channel system that we are now delivering them to actually enable mobile advertising work on different channels from web, WAP, messaging, and more. So one thing that we are showing is the progress that we made in the area of mobile advertising. Second is a new offering, a new exciting offering called the application store. But unlike other application stores that you see around, our application store is very focused on the operators, and the thing is that the applications that we're bringing on board is actually application providers that are focused on selling and working with operators to enable what we call non-core value-added services. We are not looking into the mid-tail applications, into the long-tail applications, things that you find on the iPhone store, etc. But we are more looking at applications and services, which we call them the non-core services. Those that, such as mobile instant messaging, mobile email, data synchronization, social networking. We have many companies already working with us to offer their services to operators via this application store. So this is a very exciting opportunity that we see. We see lots of operators approaching us, and very happy to see this kind of offering. The business model behind that is pure revenue share between the operator, Comverse, and the application providers. So this is a new and exciting offering that we just launched. Okay, so I think that at the end of the day, Bleak took it to the extreme, where the user doesn't pay anything to get free services until a cap. But every operator that we're working with, including Singtel, is looking at how to convey and how to make the end user to be open and acceptance to see advertising. And the way for that is to actually leverage the billing relationship that they have with them in order to offer them free minutes, free text, etc., or free content in order to see advertising. I cannot say and talk specifically about Singtel because they haven't launched that yet to the market, but we're working with several operators and the models are different. Some of them use different tools to convey, to give the incentive to the user, but at the end of the day, it's around free minutes, free content, free browsing that the paying user simply can do more without paying more or consume more. I think that there is interest in both domains. In the developed markets, I think that mobile advertising has already started a few years ago when they understood the potential and started to work on that. And we see and we work with operators in developed markets. We're now looking on how to make mobile advertising really work, to think about the metrics, to cooperate together, to build the cross-channel platforms that will help them to approach the advertisers. On the emerging markets, I think that what we see in the market in Latin America and Asia Pacific, it's the first wave of implementations of mobile advertising, of real implementations. And the nice thing with these operators is that they're huge. They serve tons of customers, and the business model for them makes sense because they don't see the highest ARPU as others see in developed markets, and for them it's a great fit because the users are much more open. Regulation is much less much less barriers to make it happen, and we currently see a lot of interest in developing markets as well as the first wave of mobile advertising real mobile advertising implementations. I think that 2009 will be the year that mobile advertising will continue to gain traction. At the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, when will mobile advertising become a standard? Will be budgeted as a standard component in the advertisers and the brands marketing plan. We believe that 2010 will be the year that we'll see that as a standard component in their plans, but 2009 will be the year that all the players that enable that, the operators, the ad networks, the aggregators, etc., and the advertising agencies will build themselves to make sure that it is there, it is up, everything is in place. Okay, so first of all, the Nokia, the Samsung, the Apple, application stores are direct-to-consumer stores. This is not what we are doing. We are very focused to actually bring applications for the operators, and the reason that we did that is that we saw, working with so many operators worldwide, we saw some challenges in the market. Operators, if you're an operator and you're traveling here in Barcelona, you see tens, if not hundreds, of different applications and services that you can implement, and everyone will tell you that this is the latest and greatest service, the next generation something, increase your ARPU, increase customer stickiness, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, when the operator gets back home, it doesn't have the resources to work with all of these companies, to do the due diligence, to select the right services. And this is a very challenging situation for the operators, which actually brings a lose-lose situation between the operators and the application providers. What we are doing is we take our expertise and global presence and we try to get in between. We are working with application providers and we actually working constantly to locate interesting applications out there, interesting companies that develop applications for operators, and we select them, we do the detailed due diligence with them, technology-wise, quality-wise, marketing-wise, legal-wise, anything that you can think about. Those that actually pass our exams, we bring them on board, we sign with them a contract, and we operate their services as a service from our hosting side. Meaning that I can now approach an operator and get him on board for this program, and he will see my catalog. He will look at my catalog and will tell me that he wants to start with this and that service, and it's already there, it's pre-integrated. It's ready for them to actually launch it to the market. If they want, they can start with a trial version of it and immediately then decide if they want to launch it to the market or not. So we actually looked at the situation, we got in between, and we believe that we can actually facilitate this ecosystem that will enable operators to launch much more applications to the market. So unlike the Apples of the world,
Your customer is the operator.
our customer is the operator who knows best how to reach the end user. And we see a lot of traction both from the operator side and from the application provider side, because for them it's a great offering that can actually help them to go out to the market worldwide and succeed to actually work with operators, because up until now each and every application provider was too small to actually raise a blip on the radar of the operator. And we're actually bringing them, we open the door, and we also offer, we're not just reselling them, because for the operator, we're actually supplying them the service. We're supplying the service to our service providers, and the business model behind that is also very attractive, revenue share. Revenue share meaning we will see money only if the service will succeed. So the operator actually reduces his risk and his upfront investments on things that he's not sure what would be the ROI. And that's a very interesting proposition. We already have the first operator joining on board. We already have 15 application providers who join us and join this program. And the pace is amazing. It goes much faster than we thought at the beginning. So we are very pleased with that.